Do you feel like you don't belong anywhere? Like the world just doesn't make sense to you? Or you can't find your place in it? Give me 5 minutes and I'll explain why. In every generation of every family, there is one person that is born carrying more than everyone else. They carry more of the emotional baggage of their family. They carry more of the energetic baggage of their family. If you've always felt like you don't belong anywhere, or like the normal world doesn't feel right, or doesn't make sense to you, it's because that person is you. In intact cultures around the world, there was this understanding that some of us are just born different. We're born feeling all of the unhealed wounds of the people we came from, of our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, so on and so on. We're born with this great sensitivity towards life, which means that we feel a lot more than most other people do. If you're still listening, I guarantee you that this is you. So you tend to care more about how others are feeling, and you feel their pain even when they try to hide it from you and from others. When you were little, this probably meant that a lot of people thought it was okay to tell you their problems and dump their emotions on you. You were the shoulder that people came to cry on. You most likely were also the one that people took their frustrations or even rage out on. And so, you grew up too fast for one so young, which means that it was hard getting along with other kids your age. So you started to feel like an outsider. Maybe the other kids made sure you knew you were the outsider. Maybe they made fun of you, betrayed you, pushed you aside. And if you're like most of us, at some point you embraced being the outsider. You embraced the title Black Sheep, and you ran with it even if it did nothing to ease the hurt, the loneliness, the frustration. You know, a lot of us end up getting lost here. We start trying to numb it with alcohol, drugs, sex. We settle for shitty relationships with people that don't understand us and don't want to. Or those that realize that there's this deep sensitivity beneath the "fuck you" attitude and look to take advantage of that. And the wound gets deeper, and the loneliness gets stronger, and the desire to live gets weaker. And maybe this goes on for a few years, and maybe it goes on for a few decades. Can you relate? Well, what if I told you that there's a reason that you're like this, and that it is directly related to your purpose in life? I spent decades of my life trying to figure that reason out, because I'm exactly like this. I'm like you. I'm the one that was born carrying all of the unhealed trauma of my family. And I have a secret for you. You were born feeling all of that because you're the one that can heal it. You are the one that was born to break the cycle. For over 20 years, I studied with healers, spiritual teachers, shamans, and guides to learn why some of us are born like this and why we feel so alone. But we're not alone. We are what I call grief bearers, the ones born carrying the unhealed wounds. We feel so much because it's not all our stuff. Sure, many of us had hard childhoods and lived through many painful experiences, but that's not all of it. Many of us also feel the unhealed wounds of our ancestors, but you can't just carry all of that on your own. In intact cultures, people like you and me would have learned how to transform and heal all of that emotional baggage early on in life. We would have been seen for what we really are, the potential healers of our families and our communities. But we don't live in an intact culture. That's why I wrote The Flowering War. This book is a guide, a companion, and an ally to help you learn how to heal all of that emotional baggage that you have been carrying as the grief bearer of your family. It's a roadmap to help you learn how to transform all of that so that you can step into your purpose in life and become the person you were truly meant to be. It's hard walking this path alone. It's almost impossible. But you're not alone. And you don't ever have to feel that way again. Start your journey of healing today. Buy The Flowering War now.